Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out here today. We have a top one today, just in from the Presidential Task Force, the chairman of the Presidential Task Force, Boss Mustapha. He has given he's given his apologies and also reasons for violations of the COVID-19 protocol. And so, before we go right into the main news, please, I want to say thank you to everyone that have subscribed. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, click on the subscribe button down below, and also do give us a thumbs up. Do hit on the like button just to let us know you appreciate what we're doing here. Thank you very much. So let's go back into the news for today. SGF apologizes for violations of COVID-19 protocols during Abba Kyari's burial. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Mr. Boss Mustapha, has apologized over violations that took place during the burial of the late Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, in Abuja on Saturday. Mr. Mustapha, who is also the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, says it is regrettable that the social distancing was not observed during the burial. He made the apology during the daily briefing by the task force. The Presidential Task Force recognizes regrettably the unintentional violation of the principles and protocol that formed the core of our message to Nigerians at the funeral of the late Chief of Staff, the SGF said. These principles for emphasis include the guidance provided on mass gathering, social distancing, personal hygiene, and restriction of movements. Lessons have been learned and appropriate measures have been taken to close all gaps. Many people have turned out on the burial of the late Kyari on Saturday, miling together for prayers at his graveside. The development sparked outrage among Nigerians as several guidelines put in place by the government to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic were violated. Many people took to social media to condemn the move and demand action, with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control putting out a message after the burial to remind people about the importance of avoiding mass gatherings. The situation was worsened after a video emerged showing that one of the men who helped bury the Chief of Staff dumped his protective clothing in public. Amid calls for the man to be identified, isolated, and prosecuted, the area was later contaminated. Mr. Kyari, one of President Muhammad Buhari's closest ally, had died on Friday after battling COVID-19 for more than 2 weeks. He was 67. In apologizing for the violations at his funeral, the SGF paid tribute to the late Kyari, saying he was fully committed to ensuring Nigeria responded effectively to the challenge of COVID-19, and he died in the line of duty. We will always remember his robust efforts, his dedication, and unwavering commitment to strengthening Nigerians' capacity to manage the impact of this pandemic. In honor of Mr. Kyari and all those who have lost their lives to COVID-19, Mr. Mustapha said the task force has resolved to remain focused on the response to the pandemic. Wow, this was quite an apology. So, my people, this is it from Boss Mustapha, the chairman of the Presidential Task Force. We all know that after the burial, a video emerged. Not even a video. We all saw, obviously, because it was being aired, the media was there as well. We all saw the way the place was crowded. Obviously, it was more than 20 persons in that place, but I still don't. I know it's a burial. It's a one in a lifetime a burial that has to be done. But the number of people there was really alarming, and they were all packed close together. There was no social distancing and all of that. But in all of this, I still can't see the apology that the Presidential Task Force is giving here. All he's saying that is regrettably. But we see that when others break this law, they pay for it really heavily. And we also saw that even in the news lately, a lot of people have taken up to social media to say say that Funke has to be apologized to. We all know what happened to her, how she was told to undertake some community service and all of that. But all we get from the chairman of the Presidential Task Force today is he's just saying it's regrettably unintentional and all of that. And if we take it back a bit, I think it was yesterday that Falana was talking about the federal government, that the issue we're all facing here in Nigeria is because the presidency, their rules and all of the laws they put in place, they are not stable, that they have to put stable laws, the one that applies to everyone, unbending law. They have to really be stable with everything they say. If they say there is social distancing, it has to apply to everyone. There's no consistency. Yeah, there's no consistency in what they do in presidency, in NCDC, the National Center for Disease, even the Presidential Task Force themselves. No consistency in everything they do, and that is the result of what we see. And I can imagine how you want Nigerians to respond after seeing all of this and the way they behave. And to worsen it all was this video of one of the guys by the graveside that took out his personal protective equipment. He just took them out and just dumped them by the side. It's really unbelievable the way these people behave. And I can't imagine that video really went viral. I don't know how many people saw that video, but all Mustapha can say here is that they are really sorry. They apologize. It was unintentional and all of that. Let's let Nigerians ask Mustapha that if someone else breaks this, violates this regulation and the protocols that needs to be observed during this lockdown, will they accept an apology? In fact, I know that the person is going to go through a lot of torture. There was also a video that came viral as well of a taxi driver. I think he was a taxi driver that he was about to be arrested for breaking the law and all of that, and the judge took him. He actually went naked. I think he was protesting that he was just out. He has a family, he has wife and children. I know a lot of us must have seen that video. What the judge did was that the judgment they gave him was that he should pay 30,000 naira. And Nigerians were really angry to say, this man, if he had 30,000 naira, he would not be on the street. He will not come out to look for something to fend for his family. So I mean, federal government really need to do the right thing. I don't think they don't consider the people. The people they are not in their interest. Probably they are just thinking for themselves and putting all those laws. After putting the lockdown laws, they are not seeing how people can really stay at home, because you can't just stay at home empty-handed with nothing, with no food. You're going to be forced to go out there if you've got a family to look after, if you've got kids. It's really hard. So this boss Mustapha, I don't know what he's talking about here. Anyways, I don't know if Nigerians are willing to accept this apology for violating this lockdown law, and he wants other people to pay dearly for it. So my people, this is the news reaching us. Boss Mustapha, all he's doing here is just apologizing, saying it was unintentional, and he regrets the action. It's regrettably. In other occasions, he said it wasn't planned for that. Most of the people that turned out were uninvited and all of that. We all know how they play this politics. Anyways, so I do want us to leave our take and our comment on this, on what Boss Mustapha has just said, his apology. Let's do leave our take. Do share your thoughts down below. We want to hear what you think and what you feel. We want to take this time to say thank you to everyone that have subscribed to us. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, do click on the subscribe button down below, and also click on the notification bell, as it enables you to get update of all of our latest news as they come in. And please don't forget to give us thumbs up, just to let us know you do appreciate what we're doing here. So I want to say thank you once again. Till I come your way again, it's bye for now, and God bless.